Hey Nick, we're live. Hey guys, it's me Brennan. I'm here with Nick Dreyer, aka your boy Nick.
What's up?
So today we decided we're just gonna, just chill here, talk about pretty much anything that comes up in our mind. Maybe this will help give you guys an insight of how we act and like what stuff we like. Maybe we'll provide you with some entertainment. I think me and Nick have some pretty cool discussions sometimes. So yeah, let's just get right into it. Once Nick's done sending a text. Everything okay?
Yeah, we're good. We're golden.
How you doing, Nick?
You know. You know how it be.
You know how it be. You know how it do.
You know what to do.
On your last thing of fruit snacks, so you're getting a little pissed. My boy here, he got a, I don't know if you'll be able to see it, but he just got a nose ring on his left nostril.
Right there.
Right there, yeah, he's fresh today. It was my Christmas gift to him, so hope he enjoys it. I like it. I do like
sucked.
it. Yeah, she was like, we went to this place. Where is it? What's it called?
Custom Creations.
Custom Creations, and that's where Nick also got his tattoo. And we took today off of work so we could do this. So and we walked. We went there. Obviously, we didn't. It was really fast, really easy. There weren't that many people there, so we just got in a room. They did it. I was like, "Yeah, Nick, do you want me to hold your hand?" He's like, "Fuck it."
I was like, I might as well. I had
So-
the option, so I said, fuck it, let's run it.
So we were. So I was holding his hand. I was like, "I got you, bro. I'm here for you." And then she was doing it, and I don't know. I've never had a piercing or anything. I've never watched anyone get pierced, so I kind of just expected it to go right through. But she had to like push on that and get all the way through. And Nick was just. He looked so uncomfortable. He did not.
Nah, that shit was not fun, man, not at all.
Not look like he was having fun at all. But it was fast. It was only $20, so it was fast. It didn't cost me a lot. So Merry Christmas, bud.
Thanks. Thanks.
No problem.
Damn.
Dad on the haters. 2015. Fuck. Just throughout. Nick, just throughout the thing, we're gonna see who wins. You only have one vote. But anything on your mind?
The Avengers trailer came out.
Oh yeah, Avengers Endgame. Holy crap. That trailer.
It was emotional.
I've only seen it once.
I've watched it like 5 times all my life.
Nick with like his Marvel stuff. He watched Infinity War 5 times.
7 times.
7
In theaters, I should
in
say.
theater.
In theaters. I've only watched it once out of theaters, but...
I've only seen it. I saw it twice with you in theaters, right? Twice with you and once outside. It was a really good movie. I really like that. I love the Marvel movies. They do a great job of bringing this comic book world to life and having it so like people that aren't used to comics enjoying it, which is amazing. And now helping nerdom be mainstream and stuff, which is great. But yeah, the Endgame trailer, I watched it once. I don't know why I haven't gotten to watching it multiple times, but it really set the mood for what we expect the movie to be like.
I mean, especially after where it ended for Infinity War. It's like a perfect
and it didn't
start.
And it kind of didn't need, because of what happened in Infinity War, and it's pretty much a part 2 to that story. It didn't need to tell us that much. It kind of just let us know where everyone's at and leave us
guessing.
Leave us guessing with what's going on. And yeah, at first when I first saw it, I totally forgot that Nebula was with Iron Man, so I thought he was all by himself. He was in the Guardian ship. I was like, ah, damn.
One thing is, where's Rocket though?
Yeah, the whole thing. There's Rocket. Obviously, Rocket's not in there, and if
I bet
he'd have to be somewhere on Earth.
I know where he's at. He's going to Earth. I know.
Well, he's already at Earth. Rocket.
Or he's like he's either leaving Earth or like trying to find somebody that can help him.
Oh yeah, for sure. I feel like he has to be with the other Avengers, or he's just pouting off somewhere. Like, because
Shit, you know what? He probably is like off all
He's-
fucked up about it.
Yeah, because like he lost Groot twice, which especially because
He doesn't even know Peter's gone yet,
he doesn't know the rest of them are gone.
or Gamora at all.
And then exactly because he's been gone from them for a while. I don't know how long this takes place. I thought I heard somewhere 5 years, but that seems a little excessive. 5 years would be maybe a year, maybe 2, but 5. I don't know about that for sure.
It's gonna be weird.
No, I'm definitely excited to see that. I was. First of all, I'm trying to think about the trailer. Obviously, it shows everyone that's still alive in their state. It shows there's a little list of people missing, and obviously, like the main one they showed missing was Scott Lang.
So that was a
But
big thing.
If you look closer on, like, I think it's on the right side of it, there's Yuri.
Yep, I did
Yuri's
see that.
also missing, and so I'm guessing that means they either they think she's dead, or she's just gone off and
She probably did
Okay.
get.
snapped. I don't know, because she might have, like, I know there's a list. There's a lot of the Russo brothers said who died, who didn't. I think Korg didn't die.
Good.
The rock guy from Thor Ragnarok.
Yeah.
So that's a great movie. He was an enjoyable character. He was funny. Doug. It's like, yeah, you do a good voice of it. I think you do.
Cord?
Yeah. It's like you talk about Doug. I think you do a good voice.
I don't. I think. I mean, you're probably thinking of Zach.
Of Zach?
I know Zach does a good one from work.
Ah, crap. It might actually be Zach, but yeah, they let out a list of all the people that died from the snap and who didn't, and I can't remember. I literally can't remember any people on top. I think Howard the Duck. I think is the only thing I remember. I think he's alive. I think that's the only thing I remember. I don't even know, like, he has like no significance to Marvel Cinematic
yet.
Universe. He was
Not yet.
he was just in both Guardians of the Galaxy movies. That's about it.
He'll be the one to save the Avengers, I think.
Oh yeah, but what I wanted to bring up, there's something I want to bring up. I was actually talking to my other cousin Leah earlier today. We were talking about Marvel, and you know the end of the trailer when they're talking about Scott Lang, and like the clip with Scott Lang is like, "Hey, over here" and stuff like that, and then Captain America's like, "Is that from the day?"
Is that
Or
an old video?
recording?
He said,
My
"That's the front
cousin
door."
actually brought up the point that maybe they're not reacting to the Scott Lang footage. They're reacting to Iron Man's message that he sent through the helmet. That's what my cousin.
That wouldn't make any sense.
No, it could, because you know a lot of trailers nowadays.
So why would Black Widow say that's at the front door?
She said it's at the front door.
Yeah.
Crap. Never mind.
That makes no sense because
Okay,
Scott Lang is outside the.
yeah, he's at the front door
Hey,
waving.
it's me, Scott
But-
Lang. We met a couple years ago, and then Captain America's
Yeah.
like, "Is this an old video?" And then Black Widow says, "No, that's at the front door."
No, that's at the front door. Okay.
Or maybe she doesn't say that's. I don't think. I think she says like.
I can't remember if she said it.
I think she
probably
says
said
that's the front door.
That's the front door. Okay then. Because I only seen it once, and my cousin just brought that up, and without me seeing, I was like, because
Yeah, it's disputed.
I would say it makes sense because, like, obviously, movie studios, they try to make a trailer that's interesting, makes you hooked to the movie, but they don't. They like to hide a lot of stuff. They don't like to. They kind of lie to you.
I also had a theory that in the trailer for Infinity War, the scene where Captain America is leading the entire fucking army of, Wakanda and the Avengers and shit. I think that might be a scene that we can see in Endgame, and that. I mean, I could be wrong. Maybe it's just a deleted scene. I never saw any of the deleted scenes or anything, but
He's
just an idea.
he's talking about the one in the trailer where it's almost identical to what actually happens in Infinity War, except the major change is the Hulk's not involved, but Bruce Banner in the Hulk Buster suit. And when he told me this, I said, yeah, I can kind of see that, especially we'll probably get into it later about the whole time travel situation, about what's going to go on. But I was going to bring that to the point where it's like, to what I was going to back up what my theory was until you debunked it, but that studios lie to you, or they didn't lie, but they stretch the
it
truth
very well could be
to
that they're
confuse it.
that they're reacting to something else, but
not
it
necessarily
could.
the
I
message.
don't. There's no way it could be Tony.
Especially if they consider it's being out.
Or let me rephrase. There's no way it could be that video from
Yeah,
Tony. Tony could very well be at the fucking front door, but that video he makes for Pepper would not make sense.
Yeah.
For them to be reacting.
Like what my cousin said was like, maybe just somehow it got to obviously the Avengers headquarters, and if it didn't say no, that's she said something like no, that's happening right now, or if she didn't say anything about the front door, then you can make an argument.
Yeah,
then
but
like,
I mean, in the trailer, like the only argument I can see as of right now is they could be reacting to something else at the front door, but because she says that line, I feel like
the thing is, obviously, it's obvious that Ant-Man has a large. I think Ant-Man's gonna.
He's gonna be one of the bigger roles.
He's gonna have a bigger role. I'll get to that. Well, obviously, what the reason is later, but like the trailer, I think they try to show how much of a role he has by adding the end part. It's like the end.
But I
end
mean,
of the trailer.
Yeah.
It's like they're like, oh my god, he's here.
Well, yeah, it's meant to be as like an oh my god factor because at the end of Ant-Man and the Wasp, spoiler alert if you haven't seen it, he gets stuck in the quantum realm.
Yeah, but they don't know
think,
that. They just
they think he's dead.
Yeah.
So that's why it's such a big thing. I don't know that it's to show that he's such an important character as much as it is. It's like
to like that they have
to show that
now?
they haven't seen him in the 5-year gap between.
Yeah.
Actually, it's probably closer to 6 if you think about it, because he wasn't even there for Infinity War. That could mean they had no idea where the fuck he was, and then he just died off.
Even during Infinity War? Oh yeah, because he wasn't in it. Before Infinity War. Because his movie took place before Infinity War.
Well, it takes place during Infinity War. Because that's when the snap happens. So it's like,
but
it's happening basically at the same time as all the stuff that's happening in the event in Infinity War.
But his little thing starts a couple days before that. It has to have, right?
Well, yeah. I mean, it's not.
But you're saying like
it's
like roughly.
But it's literally like probably within a week.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
Because otherwise, for that to happen, the snap, for him to end up in the quantum realm.
Necessarily, you don't know how long it was from the end of the movie to the post-credit scene at the end. But I'm guessing it was very.
But I can't imagine that they're gonna fucking leave him that movie. What was the time between Civil War and Infinity War? A couple of years. That was it.
2 years. It's a year or two.
Yeah, it's like
it was
2 or 3 years or something.
It was a decently big gap.
But at the same time, Civil War happens. The after credit scene, or actually, I don't think it's the after credit scene. I think it's just the very end of the movie. Captain America goes in, breaks them all out, right?
Yeah.
So, that could have happened. Ant-Man and the Wasp could have happened then. Boom, 2-year jump. And then there's the after credit scene happening at the same time as Infinity War.
No, because remember in Ant-Man and the Wasp, he's already been on parole for a couple years.
Well, then there you go.
He's house arrest, so it has to be.
That's proof right there that
it has to be, like,
it has to be happening at the same time as Infinity.
Yeah, because it says it too. Yeah.
So because of that,
So then it would be more like 5 years. Or actually, no, it could be. It would be a decent amount of time because he's on house arrest, and I don't think any of the Avengers would really stop by and say hi. So I guess it'd be a hot minute before they.
I don't think it's 5 years between Civil War and Infinity War.
No. I'm talking about.
Yeah, they already confirmed it was a 5-year between Infinity War and Endgame.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But I'm saying like it would make sense that 6 years they might not have seen him. Like they knew where he was at that point, like for those 2 years, but they didn't know. But now they have no.
But because he's stuck in the quantum realm at the same time as the snap, of course they have to think that he's dead.
Mm-hmm.
Because why else would they think that?
Yeah.
Why else would he disappear at the exact same time as the snap?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So it adds up, I think, and ultimately Ant-Man is going to have a huge part in Endgame, just like Hawkeye. If you guys don't pay attention to the comics,
Ronan.
Yeah, he's Ronan in this movie. They're both supposed to be very big roles, so I'm excited not only to see Clint back, but as a new character that I personally think is way more interesting than Hawkeye.
His character development's gonna
because he pulls off the mask, he's bald now.
Yeah.
Like, why else would he be in Japan fighting, killing people?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, some traumatic must have happened.
Well, before we go talk about that, I wanna finish like the Ant-Man thing. Well, when I meant for the trailer when they were talking about like kind of being like, yeah, that's Ant-Man. I think it was to let the audience know that how important of a role he's going to be, because if you remember post-credit scene, well, of Ant-Man again, when he goes in the quantum realm, Hank Pym's wife, the original Wasp, she warned him not to go too deep, or he could get trapped in a place that's between space-time. And the theory is, and if you see in the...
I have a spoiler for this, so I already know.
Like that, well, I'll probably talk about it then. If it's the same thing, and if I miss it, then you can just say it. But yeah, and I lost my train of thought. The vehicle, the little van thing, is how he got in the quantum realm. Then obviously he's stuck in there. Everyone's gone. Somehow he gets out.
That's why that van is so important.
The van's so important. One of those theories is that he gets stuck in there. He finds his way to get into that area between space-time, and he actually goes in time to that point of where it's been 5 years. People are missing. Like, he didn't even experience. He just went through in time.
Oh.
That's why he's so like, hey guys, it's me. He's not like, because that 5 years being in there would psychologically obviously mess with anyone's brain. So I'm guessing he jumps through time, gets there, and no matter what he's gonna be going out of there with the van. So then he's taking the van, and obviously that van has the quantum realm. So that's one I believe that in Endgame is the main characters, Iron Man, Captain America, Black Widow, Ant-Man, Ronan, etc. The remaining characters are going to go back in time all the way to, I don't know how early.
I can tell you where it's probably going to be.
Avengers 1. The first Avengers.
Because, spoiler alert, just in case, there have been photos leaked of Ant-Man on set with the
Tony.
people. No, with the Avengers, the original Avengers in 2012.
Yeah, there's also been pictures of Robert Downey Jr. You might have seen it. He was blonde, and he had the SHIELD uniform on. The SHIELD uniforms from the Avengers movie, like the ones that were.
I didn't see that.
You haven't seen that one. But it was that, and then there were scenes where they had like this. I'm guessing they're going back in time to just stop Thanos from having any influence on Earth whatsoever. So if they can stop him at the source, I don't know exactly how it's going to stop him in the long run, because even then he doesn't have any of the stones, or maybe they're just going back to get the stone.
Like, very well.
So then they give the stone before, so then they can end up.
Now that I'm thinking about it, I don't mean to interrupt you. It's like Loki very well could be dead.
Yeah.
But if they're going back in time, that doesn't mean they're not going to bring Loki back.
Oh yeah, because especially if they mess with the time.
Exactly. Especially if they're going back to the time of the Avengers 1, Loki plays such a big part in that.
Yeah,
that
he's the main
he
bad
kind
guy.
of has to be there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I don't see a way around at least bringing him back for that.
Yeah.
He might be dead. He might be dead. And that sucks because I love Loki.
Yeah.
But at the same time, they can't not bring him back during that time unless they're completely avoiding New York at that time if they're able to. But even then, Loki comes.
Which there would be no point.
Exactly, because
also
Thanos is the one that told Loki to do it.
And the only stone that the main Avengers, there's how many Avengers are still left? It's mostly the main Avengers.
I think it's literally the main Avengers with
plus Nebula.
With Nebula,
and
Rocket.
And the reason, my theory, theory, is that though they left those certain characters alive, obviously, because the original ones,
the main Avengers.
It started with them, it should end with them. The little Avengers arc should start and end with them. But the reason they have Nebula and Rocket, because both of them also know where Infinity Stones are located. Where Nebula, remember, she knew where
So I see what you're saying. So you're saying they could take them with them
to the certain stones and collect them before Thanos even has an idea where they are.
And then Captain Marvel is strong enough to wield it.
Yeah.
So if she comes
That's
in too,
and you see those little wrist things that they had.
Yeah.
That's I'm guessing that each Avenger would wear one of those stones, depending on like. I think it's supposed to help. I guarantee that that seal thing, because you know how Ronan put the thing on his hammer. It was he was indirectly using the power through his hammer. So I'm guessing indirectly through like that gauntlet of sorts. That's how they're going to be able to use the power.
Some of the power,
Thanos.
yeah.
Some of the power. They're
I could
each going to
definitely
use.
see that.
I don't know who's. We can maybe speculate who's going to use what.
I don't know what stones who's going to use. If this is true, just theorizing theoretically, Tony kind of has to have them.
Yeah, because he's the main character. I've seen a picture of him
with the suit. So
yeah.
like, I mean, obviously the suit is not stronger than he is to handle that. So I mean, I can kind of see that where he would use one. Captain America probably not. Maybe because
he's strong-willed. He's a main one.
But at the same time, other than
put on his shield.
That's the only way I can see it.
Thor definitely. Thor could probably do 2 if he really wanted to. Thor could probably.
Thor held open an entire fucking star.
Yeah.
He could handle.
He almost killed Thanos, who had all 6. All 6 in
so Thor could definitely hold at least a few of them to himself. Although I don't.
Captain
see
Marvel
that
probably
happening.
the same.
She could definitely handle them. She can handle them all. So there's no reason she couldn't.
Nebula, maybe because she's a robot.
Maybe. Rocket, not so much. Hawkeye, no. Hulk, maybe. If there's... if he can figure out how to get the Hulk out and control him from the inside, maybe. But other than that, I don't see it.
But I just want to say what stones, the peak characters, out of memory that I know where they are. Nebula, she knows where the Soul Stone is. Because Gamora tells her, and it's stuck in her brain. That's...
It was videotaped.
Yeah, it was videotaped, so she knows where it is. Rocket, I'm guessing if they have, theoretically, the ability to hop through different time periods, they can go to where the Guardians were and when they had power of the Power Stone, or they could go to when Nova Corps had it and take it from them, or they could even go, maybe, I guarantee Peter told them where he found it. Even go back there and take it from there originally. Hulk is maybe Hulk, Bruce Banner, Thor, or it's probably Tony would recognize that Doctor Strange has the Time Stone.
Yep.
So somehow be able to find him, convince him of getting it, or just taking it.
Ooh, actually, that also just brought something to my mind.
Okay, let me just finish all the stones first. That's cool.
Run through.
I got you. And then obviously the was it Reality Stone? Was that the one that's in this cube? Is that the Reality Stone?
I'm not sure. Honestly, I don't really know specific stone names and stuff. I like the Time Stone's green, obviously. I know that.
Do you want to look it up?
No, Matt typed it.
Oh, Matt typed it. Okay. The cube's a stone. They know that one. The Reality Stone, I think, is the exact same stone. Or
the Reality Stone's red. The red one.
No, the Reality Stone is with the Collector, and I don't know if anyone knows that. Actually, I think Rocket did before they left, or they knew they had to go to the Collector. But I'm talking about the Mind.
No, I think Thor was the one that knew it was the Collector.
But he didn't go there though.
I know, but
because he dropped that. Because that was from Thor 2. That was the stone that the Elfenheim people, I think that's their race, the elf-like people had. So that's the reality.
Because they gave it to the Collector, right?
Is there a life stone or is it a Mind Stone?
There's a Mind Stone.
Mind Stone is what Vision has, right?
I believe that's
That was from Loki's scepter. That was Loki's scepter because the one claw guy, or whoever's the villain at the beginning of Age of Ultron had it. But then the cube... So I can't remember everything off the top of my head, but I'm pretty sure every Avenger has the knowledge of, or can obtain the knowledge of where a stone is. So get it before Thanos has the ability to, and then finish him off.
So, my thing, going back to Vision, is I'm just theorizing, like, I could be totally wrong, but, like, I could definitely foresee this being a thing. Vision's got the Mind Stone.
Mind Stone, yes.
So, I think he dies. Obviously, that's the last stone.
They wanted him dead so much he died twice.
That's how much. That's why he wanted, or that's why it was so important because Vision had it in his head. Obviously, we've known to gotten to know Vision. You know, we've grown an attachment to him. But at the same time, I could definitely foresee something happening. I don't know what. Something happening to where they bring in between Ultron and Infinity War. That's a big gap. I don't know how long it is, but that's a pretty big gap. That's like 2012 to like 2018 or something like that.
I knew at one point they tried to. There's a point where they tried to keep the dates, like the original ones. They tried to make the date the same year it came out, but then eventually around. I don't think Ultron. I think around Spider-Man. No, I think around Civil War. And
I think it's around. I think Civil War is in like 2018.
Yeah, I think it's
2017, 2018, somewhere in there. Could be totally wrong. I don't know, but that's still a few year difference. So that gives them a few years time. Not that they're going to use all that time to figure out how to take the Time Stone or the Mind Stone out of Vision's head, but keep him alive.
Mm-hmm.
Because the Vision is so powerful. Because even I think they did talk about it in Infinity War. They tried to do it.
They had the technology.
They had the technology to do it. So my theory is that somehow they are going to do it. Take the stone out of his head, use that as bait to get Thanos to Earth, or something along those lines.
And that would support your theory of that Wakanda battle.
Exactly.
Because as far as we know, only Wakanda has that technology.
So because maybe that scene right there does take place at the same time. But they've already taken that stone out of Vision's head. He's alive. Thanos doesn't know that. He just wants the stone. He doesn't know Vision's all that powerful. So, because they talked about even if they take the stone out of his head, he still has Banner's knowledge, Tony Stark's knowledge, and the stone's knowledge. That's logical.
And Ultron.
That's all in there. Even if the stone's taken out. He still knows everything. He's got all that power still. So, I see something happening where they take the stone out, Vision is used, or like the stone is used as bait, and then they all come in for that final battle when Thanos gets to Earth, or wherever the hell it may be. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I said, it could totally be wrong, but it totally makes sense in my head.
And to support your theory, I just had something. Remember when they're speculating, there's so much speculation going around. Because like when the trailer Infinity War came out, they were thinking Thanos was only going to get a couple stones. Nothing big was going to happen. Maybe a couple people died. But then we always knew the movie after would be the final. This one, like, everyone died. He had all the stones. He is living on a farm. He's at peace. But
yeah, he doesn't know what's about to come.
Yeah. But the thing is, like, when I was talking about lying, because I remember in the trailer, obviously Hulk was running with Steven...
Strange?
No.
Rogers?
Yeah, Steve Rogers, Captain America. He had those glowing red eyes, and people theorized that he had the Soul Stone. And he was like holding Thanos, and Thanos had like 2 or 3 stones in his gauntlet. What if that scene, along with the one you're talking about, is in Infinity War or in Endgame?
Exactly. See, like, it totally makes sense.
Like Thanos was still able to get those 2 stones, but at this point,
Steve
Rogers has the Soul Stone. He's fighting him off. He's doing a good job, but they obviously win in Endgame, but I think he's still gonna die.
This is another spoiler, I guess, if you haven't seen it. Captain America or Chris Evans is not done with Captain America.
He's not.
It's not. His contract ended. They weren't sure if they wanted him, so he announced that he was done. But now there's rumors going around saying, even if he's dead at this time, or he's not, after Endgame, he might take place somewhere else. In the MCU, whether it be in the past or something along those lines. He might even live. They might change the whole thing and he doesn't die. And somebody else takes his place. Or he
just isn't Captain America. You saying like that?
Well, no,
Rogers is still alive. Just Captain America doesn't die.
I don't know. I've heard that
Or Captain
Steve
America.
Rogers is not done as Captain America.
You mean
Is
Chris
all
Evans.
I've heard.
Or you mean actual Steve Rogers?
I mean actual Steve Rogers. So that's what I'm saying. I don't know whether it's supposed to be in the past, for like the TV shows or something. It's just a rumor. I personally have not seen anything confirmed, but my friend Devin is pretty goddamn set on that being true.
That being true.
So,
But
I just want to throw that out on the table.
Well, I don't know. I know a lot of people died in Infinity War and it was emotional. But I hope that in Endgame, obviously, I don't know how to say this. Like, I love the characters, but I want some major people to actually be dead so it can leave, like, an actual... Because, like, obviously be good. It's going to have a decent ending. Like, everything will be as good as it possibly can be. But to actually have that emotional feel that, like, we had in Infinity War, major people are going to die. Endgame and chess is when you sacrifice your best pieces to go and take out the other team's king.
Yeah.
So it's pretty much symbolizing, it's pretty much telling us what we should expect from the movie.
Excuse me, guys. I gotta text Luke.
Luke from work.
About that now. So I don't know if you have more to say on Marvel, but if not, I would like to move subjects to something else.
Move subjects? Okay, I just want to say, I think one of the big three should die. That's one with some other people sprinkled around, but I think either Tony, either Captain America, or either Thor. One of them needs to die, and I think more people need to be dead or die to get that real impact.
I'm not saying I do see that as something that needs to happen. My personal hope, Tony lives, is what I really want.
Yeah,
100%. I want Tony to live.
But
if I had to choose one out of three, I would personally say I hope Captain America is the one that bites the nail.
Yeah, because he's the hero.
Or bites
he's a
the
soldier.
bullets.
That's what he's for.
Yeah, exactly.
Like in the
I'm
trailer.
with you till the end of the line.
Yeah. In the trailer, he looks at his watch.
Like he's.
And he saw Peggy, and technically last time he did it like that, he died in Captain America, the First Avenger.
One more thing.
Okay.
I also have heard something about maybe Captain America or Steve Rogers retiring, but sending himself back in time to be with Peggy. I did hear that.
Wow.
He hangs up the shield, gives it to either Falcon or the Winter Soldier, and goes back in time to spend his life with Peggy.
That would.
I'd be okay with that.
I think I'd be okay with that.
Because I think at that point he would not come back.
Yeah.
That would be almost as if he died, for me.
And then he could go in the Peggy Carter show. I don't even know if it's still a thing.
Yeah, I don't know. Or the Agent Carter show, yeah. That's all I have on that subject, but...
I just want to say it could be poetic if Iron Man died. Started with him, like the whole beginning, and not saying that obviously Marvel movies aren't ending, but this whole phase, this whole series, the whole Marvel Cinematic Universe, as we've
11 years.
Yes, this 11 years preparation would finally come to an end with the death of, which is now pretty much Marvel's poster superhero. It's just, yeah.
See, but, alright, actually, well, this is my last thing for sure, 100%. I also would think is that it could be poetic that way. But I also think it could be poetic in the sense that Tony loses so much at the end of Endgame that he realizes this is actually time that I need to hang it up. I need to quit, be done here.
Like we thought.
Because I personally like the idea of thinking that Tony doesn't die, but he still funds everything for the Avengers.
He's still
their creator, basically. I don't know if you want to call it that, but their startup. He pays for everything, basically. He jokes about it with Captain America.
Their UNICEF.
I would like if that were to be the case.
Mm-hmm. Especially...
I mean, even if he does die, even if the Tony Stark Foundation continues to pay for that, cool, I guess. But the way I would prefer it is if he lives.
Yeah.
But I can see it both ways.
Yeah, because like especially, I mean, obviously you can compare it to his emotional attachment to a whole bunch of characters.
Exactly.
He might have a kid. He has a wife. She might like if he's gone, happy.
Yeah, it's been 5 years.
Spider-Man, like if he's dead, like all this stuff, it could just be. Okay, can we just take before this is my last Marvel thing? I swear, but I just want to take time to appreciate that they made it. Like I knew it's beneficial, but I love that in Iron Man 2, the one when the
they confirmed the kid as
Spider-Man, the kid. There's one of the army robots coming down. He's gonna attack him. The kid's going like this, and Iron Man just assume. People don't like that movie. I can find entertainment out of it.
I mean, it's definitely not my favorite.
It's not. But you can find entertainment, like the fight at the end. There's some funny scenes.
The racetrack scene.
It brought us Black Widow
with Whiplash.
Yeah.
Ripping cars in half and shit, dude. That was so awesome. I don't care who you are.
And introducing us to Black Widow. The end when War Machine and Iron Man were fighting, but it gave me chills.
Was that the one where they shoot the arm
beams back
at
to
each
back?
other?
They're back to back, just like
Was that the one where they shoot the arm
and
beams?
they look like they're in like some sort of garden.
Yeah,
yeah,
and then they explode that huge, or where they like shoot the arm cannons at each other and it creates that big explosion.
Oh yeah, at the end, yeah, because
isn't that Iron Man 2?
Yeah. They did it twice. They did once against each other, but then they did it once to fight off the guys.
Yeah, because they did it in Iron Man's house or something.
Yeah, because they're fighting, but then Whiplash had them both. And Whiplash was in the middle, so they just went like this and blew him up.
Yeah.
But the one like when he just swoops by, he's like he hits the bad guy, shoots him with his blast, and he said, "Good shot, kid," and just
flies away.
off. I get.
Yeah, it's cool.
I like that a lot. I get goosebumps, but. You said, is there something? You said you want to bring up something, didn't you?
Yeah.
What?
I want to talk about up and coming artists.
Like music?
Yeah.
Okay.
Who are you listening to?
Who am I listening to right now?
No, I'm not talking big names. Like, who have you started listening to that you didn't before?
Like you're talking about like who I've started to that I don't now.
Yeah. Who you didn't listen to before, but like recently have started listening.
I've been listening to Tech Nine a lot. I know he's older. Like he's been around
a while.
90s, I think, early 1990s. But I've been getting into a lot of like UFC and combat sports, and I watched a highlight video of Nick Diaz because I've known of Nate Diaz. He fought Conor McGregor twice. I'm not a huge fan because I'm more of a Conor fan, but I want to see what Nick Diaz was all about because I did see the video. I find it amusing, but like it's kind of dumb. This guy asked, "This is to Nick and Conor. Nick, how do you feel about Conor's fighting style?" And Conor is saying about Nick, and then he just picks up the mic. He's like, "I like it." Puts it down, and Conor's like, "I like it too," and just puts it down. I thought that was hilarious. But so I watched a video of highlights, and the song in the background was Dysfunctional. It's like, "I'm a little dysfunctional, oh, don't you know?" And I was like, I'm really digging the song. I'm really digging the song. So then I searched who it was by, and it was Tech Nine. I just shuffled it, and yeah, I've just been kind of chilling listening to him recently. And my brother showed me this rapper called Dax.
Never heard of him.
Dax, I don't know. He dissed KSI. He's a smaller rapper.
Oh, you mind texting Luke for me?
Me?
Yeah, I don't have service down here.
I have to be later. My phone's right
Shit.
there.
Alright, hold on. You set it next to this window.
Sit next to this window. Well, yeah, this guy named Dax, like, I heard like two of his songs. One, he was dissing KSI or something, because KSI dissed him. But I enjoyed him because he was like, he kind of gave me, I like that like that Eminem vibe, that strange music vibe, that Hobson vibe, where it's like they do have a good beat, but then they're very lyrical, and like they're crazy, and like they're fast, and then just like their flow is just everywhere, and that's what I enjoy. And so my brother showed it to me. I listened to like two of the songs. I think one was, I don't know the names, but I think one might be the Rap God freestyle he did. I can't remember.
Over the beat?
I have no idea.
Oh.
I can't remember because I was just driving. My brother played it, and I did enjoy it. I listened to it too. And I've been listening to this guy named YaBoiNick. You know, he has He has 3 songs out. My Confessions 1, 2, and 3.
Description. That's where the link will be.
Yeah, I definitely suggest people should check it out. So you know.
It's not your normal rap shit, I promise.
Yeah. I realize people aren't gonna watch this as much because it's gonna be like an hour long. But I don't even care. Just have it out
I mean,
there.
if you feel like it, you might as well run through it.
Make clips. I would do for sure.
I mean, if you feel like I don't know.
I'll do that, dude. I should just do that. Just like cut out some parts and just make like Marvel discussion. I'll do that. Fuck.
So, my up and coming artist I've been listening to. Number one, I want to make just
YaBoiNick.
no. I want to bring this to everyboy's attention. Joyner fucking Lucas, dude. Joyner Lucas, man.
I'm not racist.
And Lucky You
Lucky
with
You,
Eminem,
yeah.
he says, I always want a Grammy, but I'll probably never get it. He just got nominated for a Grammy.
Did he really?
He
But
did,
wasn't it-
for I'm Not Racist?
I'm not racist. And didn't I think Lucky You got nominated for Best Rap Song of the Year?
I'm sure, dude. I wouldn't be surprised
Right.
because, oh my god, obviously not up and coming, but Eminem, man, it's his comeback. I would
Yeah.
say, is that.
I mean,
I
okay,
personally like Revival.
I do like
okay?
Revival as well.
I can't even diss Revival. Like, I personally 100%. There were some songs, obviously, that I'm not a huge fan of. But, like, Castle. Castle's really good. I think it's called Heat.
That's what I was saying.
I like Heat a lot.
I just like the chorus. It was like from this movie Boogie Nights. And I don't know if that part, I don't know if that was like a song already and they just added to Boogie Nights. Or if it was actually from Boogie Nights and then they just added it to, he just had his chorus. But then if it was like that, it would be Mark Wahlberg. It'd be Mark Wahlberg and who's that one guy? The guy from Step Brothers, not Will Ferrell.
John C. Reilly.
It'd be John C. Reilly because I remember that scene. And I was like, wow. Because I remember I watched the movie after I listened to Eminem's song. And I was like, this is so familiar. And I do like that song Heat.
I mean, I got going back to the up and coming artist thing. I wouldn't even say. I don't even know that I'd say they're up and coming. They've been I mean, they're not huge right now, but they're
Up and coming for you, I guess.
With this album that they dropped in October, they've gained a lot of popularity, and I can totally understand why. Ice Nine Kills.
Oh,
Their new album,
Ice
The
Nine
Silver
Kills.
Scream. My God, what a unique and incredible album. I don't know how hasn't been done before. Every song is based off.
Or it hasn't been
movie.
done to the point like this. Like people recognize it.
I don't. I have not seen. I mean,
Yeah,
maybe
exactly.
people have made songs based off of horror movies,
Like a
but
whole
an entire
album.
album plus music videos for like 4 or 5 of those
I
songs.
still need to look at those music
They're like
videos.
10 minutes long too.
Maybe we
they
can
have-
watch some when I'm done.
They have storylines, dude. It's awesome. They're incredible. Not even just the songs, but the what they're putting into these music videos is so crazy.
And then like the songs are based off based off movies, horror movies, but it still has like its own like they're still expressing themselves. Like they're using situations, they're using words, they're using plots of movies, but changing it to work for this song and for what they're feeling and what they're actually trying to say.
So just to name a few, I mean, The
And
Nightmare
guys-
on Elm Street,
Name
Friday the
other
13th,
movies. The Crow,
The Crow, Halloween,
Jaws,
Saw, It, The Shining, Nosferatu, excuse me.
The Wolf Man in London or something.
The Wolfman and The Night of the Wolf in London or some
Something
shit.
like
I don't remember the exact name. But I mean, so many, not even
Do you see?
horror movies, but iconic.
Yeah.
I mean,
I
mean, like Friday the 13th and The Nightmare on Elm Street. Those movies back then, when they were released, were so groundbreaking because nobody thought something like that could work. And that's why Halloween, when it first came out, I'm pretty sure.
Halloween's.
I could be wrong, yeah, but Halloween was like the first.
Yeah.
And
Like 1940, I think.
no,
I think
so. It was not 1940. It was like 1970 something. It was like 78.
Really?
Yeah, I promise
I
you,
thought
it's
I
not
read
that
this.
old.
I thought
It was in color.
It was in color.
Yeah. That's why I know. It was like the
Okay.
70s, late 70s.
I
early
could.
80s.
Maybe the movie took place in that time or something like that.
I I just remember. I know that Jamie Lee Curtis, the
Oh
Michael's
yeah,
sister,
yeah, he'd be.
she would be dead.
Yeah, the main. Yeah.
And I think, I mean, she was late teen, I think, in the first Halloween. So I mean, she's not that old.
Yeah.
I mean, she's probably pushing 60,
Yeah. So.
something like that. So she
I don't
can't
know why
be
I
super
thought
old.
1940.
But like, for these horror movies to be so iconic, I mean, for me, Friday the 13th is super important. That was the first horror franchise I ever got into when I was younger. Freddy vs. Jason was like the first horror movie I ever watched, and it was so intriguing to me that like movies could show that. I mean, even if they're not real, like Jason technically is a supernatural being.
So is Freddy Krueger.
Freddy Krueger.
The Crow.
They're
A lot of the guys.
yeah, like these iconic movies. I never thought that we would see something like a supernatural character being able to, I mean, just fucking slice people, just kill people, dude, and people watch it, and it's awesome. So bloody and gory, like it's crazy. I mean, too much for me. Too much is Saw.
Saw, yeah.
I watched the newest one. I can sit through it now that I'm older, but like, it's overly gory. If you like it, cool. If not, whatever. But this album, killer. I would personally give this album a 10 out of 10.
Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of horror movies. The only movies from there that I've watched are It and The Crow. Those are the only ones I watched. I enjoy The Crow. It's kind of like an anti-hero movie. I actually watched in class. And It, I saw with Nick. I really enjoyed that. It was more psychological than it was, I would say, like just straight
I mean, it was more of a thriller than
it was a thriller.
than
It was
a
a
horror.
thriller. That's what I liked about it. Because I'm not a huge horror fan, but I enjoy thriller.
But I mean, if you think about it, technically it's based off a book. The book is horror.
Yeah.
I would say it's based on horror, but personally, the genre I would put it in as a thriller. But ultimately, it's a killer movie.
Yeah,
No
I
pun
can't remember the
intended,
second
but like,
one, but yeah.
I'm psyched for the second. But I
I
guess
think a lot of people died in that movie.
I don't. If you don't know anything about the books, it probably wouldn't make sense. But
Okay.
it does make sense for me.
Did you read it?
No,
Yeah, people. That
but
read it?
I saw the old one.
like the
and I've
old one.
Like
It used to be like a TV show.
It was a
or
mini series. Yeah, it wasn't actually. It wasn't a movie. Well, they made it into a movie, but it was technically a mini series.
I heard it's kind of hard to watch just because how it's long.
It's weird.
It's like 3 hours long. It's the whole thing.
And it's the entire book.
Yeah.
That's why it's so long, is because in the book, I think, don't quote me on this, I'm pretty sure it goes between in the past and present day.
Mm-hmm.
Not present day, but present day that the movie takes place.
What do you mean?
It's hard. So, like, I'm trying to think. I think it's every 28 years.
27.
So 27.
I think it's 27.
Whatever. Whatever it may be. It's that long. So, like, the movie takes place in the 70s?
Yeah.
Something, the 50s, the 60s, the 70s?
Well,
fucking something.
This movie actually doesn't take place when the actual books do. I think
that's
it
what I'm
changes.
that's what I'm trying to get across, though. Is that when they're kids, that's in the past, technically.
Yeah.
But then, in the book, and also for part 2...
It's when they're adult.
Yeah. So, in the book, it goes back and forth between when they're kids and when they're
Oh, it
adults.
does?
It does.
And like kind of
That's
like
how the miniseries
so-
goes, I'm pretty sure, too.
So it's like parallels between like similar what happened back then, what's happening now, kind of parallel.
I don't like I said, I have not personally read the book, but
It's so long.
the book, yeah, it's like over 1,000. It's like 1,100 pages.
I literally just read like Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix. That was like 800. That's the longest book I'm
Dude,
ever
I
read.
could probably push it out in a week if I really wanted to.
I bet you should.
I'm a fan. It's just I'm not a reader, not anymore.
I never was a reader.
But like, I'm trying to think. So yeah, the book goes back and forth. The first part is obviously when they're kids. Second part, majority of it is going to be when they're adults. But it's also going to show stuff that happened before they were adults, after the first one.
What do you mean? Like stuff that happened
Their
in
life.
between?
So the first movie happens.
So
Second movie happens, but also...
you're talking about that's what you think this movie's going to be, the next one.
No, that's what it is going to be.
It is?
It's going to be the majority of them as adults, but it's going to show shit that happened when they were kids, too.
But like after the whole It situation?
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
I think I got it now.
Um,
I thought everything that was going to be kid was thrown out in the first one, and
No.
I didn't think they were going to go
No.
back to it.
I think that I'm like 99% sure. But I'm trying to think other up and coming artists that I've been jamming to.
Yeah.
I gotta look at my Spotify.
My man's Drake Bell. I mean, he's been around since 2004, but you know, he just let out his new single. It's some Spanish word, I don't even know. It's good though.
All right, I wouldn't even
have my man get it. Come back, Drake Bell.
This is not up and coming artist. This is actually Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, the soundtrack.
You've been listening
Fucking
to that?
incredible. Yeah.
I only listen.
Post Malone's on it. Jaden Smith is on it. Duckworth is on it. Juice WRLD is on it. Ski Mask is on it. Lil Wayne's on it.
Should I listen to it?
I think it's pretty good.
I only listen to Sunflower by Post Malone.
The Hide by Juice WRLD is really good.
Really?
Save the Day is pretty good by Ski Mask.
I want to see that movie.
So,
really do.
I mean, I would go see it, but like I said,
You don't mess with little cartoons. I would definitely watch
Six
it.
Figures by Justin Roberts.
I haven't heard that song.
Like E.T. selling out arenas just to see me. Wrist so
This the
icy
song?
like
Yeah.
Fiji. Y'all already know it's the A. 6 figures I was only from. 6 figures I
No,
was
I've heard
only
this
from.
song. Matthew, I guarantee
That
Matt
was in the
showed me it.
Shane Dawson, the Mine and Jake Paul.
Really? Why? I didn't watch it.
It was somebody that was a part of Team 10.
Oh, who wrote that? Oh, I think you might have showed me it
I
too.
probably did.
You acted like it was your favorite song ever.
Another one, not up and coming, because unfortunately he did pass away. But new album by Lil Peep, Come Over When You're Sober Part 2, pretty damn good.
Yeah, I'm not a huge Lil Peep fan. It's just that I'm not a huge rap. I'm more of... Actually, I can listen to a lot of stuff. I do listen to Eminem, Hopsin, Tech Nine, G-Eazy, and pretty much, what's his name? Hoodie Allen. Those are like the... And I'll like listen to other stuff. I'm more like of a rock, kind of like heavy metal kind of guy.
Bring Me the Horizon is back.
Bring Me Horizon. Mantra. Dude, I love that song.
Bring Me the Horizon is back. I'm pretty psyched about that. Another up and coming artist, Jack Harlow, rapper. I mean, really good, really good. They're starting to get big in the metal scene. Wage War, finally gaining
Wage War.
the fan base that they deserve.
Ooh. I enjoy them. I Prevail. They were They were newer like a couple
They've
years
fallen
ago.
off,
They've
I
fallen
would
off. They
say.
just haven't posted. They're doing good on Spotify. They still have over like 1 million monthly listeners, but they
I
only
just-
have one album. And
I
for
can't.
Like 2
I don't.
years.
Honestly, I've given up. Like,
But
I'll
when
check
they're
out.
second
I'll
album,
check out their music, but at this time, like right now, it's
a lot.
I Prevail
it's
is
been,
nothing to me.
It's been so long. Eric, I mess with. If Eric did his own thing, I'd still.
That's
be
a
able to jam
completely
with him.
something else.
Yeah,
That's a complete different.
I'd be able to jam to that, but.
Bone Crew.
Bone Crew, dude. I listened to their EP like for like a month, and then I was like, I just never got back to it.
I haven't listened to it since the first time I listened to it, but
Because it's only 5 songs, they're like 2 minutes long.
yeah,
They're very
it's
similar.
it's something
2 songs,
I can get over really quick.
Yeah. 2 songs like I thought were very similar. I can't remember the songs. Like Welcome to the Bone Crew and something else. I thought they were very similar.
They're both. I think they're. I mean, they're all unique in my opinion, because it's not something you see done all the time. I honestly, I don't know. You rarely ever see it where somebody can scream rap, and then they have another vocalist who's just normal rapping, but then the screamer is also just doing their fucking screams. Like it's not something you can. I mean, you can debate and say that bands like not even so much as Linkin Park, but like the way they brought rap into the metalcore scene. Yeah, I guess, but like Franz is so much heavier that nobody out here right now is doing like deathcore vocals
Wow, they're
with
rapping.
another rapper.
And his ability to be loud and to just have this gnarly voice but still be able to maintain a flow. And it's impressive.
It's impressive. It really is. It's like you don't have to like Franz as a person. Hell, you don't have to like him as a vocalist. You can't deny he's not
He's
talented.
He's very talented. Hard work, and that 6 sushi money.
Would you ever, like, say, you say a genie's like, or a fortune teller's like, yeah, if you eat this food, you're gonna get sick, but you can make like a shit ton of money. Like you're gonna be like puking your guts out. Would you like hospitalized sick, like for eating this food? Would you?
Would I do it?
Yeah, for like millions of dollars.
I can't give you an answer. That's too vague.
What do you mean? Okay.
They're gonna give me millions of dollars for eating this food that's gonna get me sick.
No,
but
like,
am I
you
gonna
could
be
sue
sick
them.
forever?
No,
Am I gonna be
you're gonna survive.
how long?
You're just
Is
gonna
it
be in the
gonna be
hospital for
years?
like
I'm gonna be fucked up for
No,
a
no,
decade,
no,
2
no,
decades.
no,
That's what
no.
I'm saying. That's why that
Like
question is so vague.
Okay, you'll a month.
I'm
You'll be
sick for a month. How sick?
You hospitalized.
Dying?
Not
Like,
necessarily dying,
in
but
my
you
bed?
need to be. You need to have like medical attention.
I'm in bed rest.
You're bed
I cannot
rest.
move.
You can't move.
Fuck that.
You want it for
Fuck
like
that.
$10 million
For a month for 10 grand or for $10 million?
Yeah.
Fuck that.
Really?
That's that month, man. I would be so miserable.
$100 million.
Okay. Now we're
Everyone has a price.
I mean if theoretically, if someone was to come downstairs right now and say, "Here, I have $10 million in my car. Eat this food. You're going to be sick for a month." I would probably tell them to get the fuck out of my face.
Okay.
But if they were to come in here and tell me, "I got $100 million. You're going to be sick for a month."
Eat this food.
Are they also covering my medical expenses? Or do I have to pay it out of my own money?
Well, I mean, it can come out of your $100 million. Wouldn't be that bad, but compared to the $100 million.
I mean, for a whole month of hospital bills?
How much would that even add up?
Dude, I don't.
Well, that wouldn't be $100 million.
That's still do you not? I don't think you understand how the
How much would it be though? Like I don't know how much.
Of fucking money, dude. I mean, Telly
Like,
from The Word Alive broke his leg.
Yeah.
And he's still paying that off. It was over $100,000.
But you. Oh yeah, he wasn't.
He
in the
wasn't even
hospital that
staying in
long.
the
Okay.
hospital. That's what I'm saying. I would have to pay for the room, the bed, everything that's being tested on me, everything that's being put in my body, all the medicine, everything. I have to pay all of that on my own. I'd still say no, probably.
That would actually, that makes sense for like, cause that'd be a shit ton. That'd be over.
Yeah, you're.
I mean, I don't think.
Yes, you're giving me $100 million. After taxes, boom, you maybe have $50 million left. Then, top
Under the
medical
table.
bills.
Under the table.
It's under the table.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're still going to be down quite a bit of
Yeah.
money. I mean, compared to $100 million, yeah, it's not that much, but Jesus Christ, dude, that's a lot of money.
There's a lot of money compared to how much you.
I would.
And plus, once you have a shit ton of money, you want to keep that money.
Exactly. I think ultimately I probably would say yes either way if they were to cover my medical bills, and then I was guaranteed 100% nothing was gonna happen.
Like in the long run.
That I would live. I'm not gonna die in a decade because of something that happens from this.
Yeah.
If I'm guaranteed immunity from medical bills and immunity from anything
Dying
stemming
from
off
that,
of this,
yeah.
I
Anything.
guess I would do it probably.
Okay, that makes sense.
But like I said, right off the bat, that kind of question, it would easily be a no for me.
Well, that's a good thing.
Because there's too many ifs.
Yeah,
There's too many ifs for me personally to make that choice. Is what I guess.
I honestly, for me, I was just gonna. It was just supposed to be a basic question, but like they analyzed it, and like, cause like people nowadays, people.
Oh shit!
aren't-
10 million? Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, people nowadays they don't really think. They just use like 10 million. Oh, dude, that's a shit ton of money. Oh my god. All I have to do is just sit on my ass for like a month. Like people like we aren't curious anymore. I mean, I was listening to a podcast about Joe Rogan and Neil deGrasse Tyson. They're both curious people. They're both people that like doing stuff. They like learning. And I was just watching them and talking about like how people aren't as curious anymore, especially when it comes in the classroom. No one's curious about learning.
This, for
like,
me,
that's important.
this generation. Like I'm still young and I'm not trying.
You're with
I'm a part of
generation.
it, I would say, but like. I mean, even people from my age are dumb as hell, and they're.
Yeah.
I hate to use this lingo, but they're looking for clout.
What does that mean?
They want fame.
Oh, yeah.
They're gonna do anything for that fame. People are so. tunnel visioned on this idea of wanting to be rich and famous, and that's all they want. They don't think about the big picture.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you're rich and famous, but this half, you ditched your fucking family, man.
Yeah.
You don't see your family anymore. This half,
People are using you.
you're getting used by people. Your team could be screwing you over, man.
Yeah.
The band Water Parks, they just recently dealt with it. I don't like water parks. They had somebody from their team steal like 10 grand from them.
Like, there's a lot of...
I'm not saying that they were so focused on being rich and famous that they let it happen, because I don't think it should happen to anyone. But these people that are so I don't even want to say driven. They're just so focused on being rich and famous, they don't care what happens.
Yeah.
And ultimately, in the long run, I think that's where this generation has failed. And I think that's like people look down on us for that. Me and you, we're just sitting here about shit.
Yeah.
I know. There's people out there from our grades right now that are doing coke partying.
Yeah.
And they're jumping off of a building into a pool because they want to be famous that bad. But look at the consequences, man. You jumping off that roof, what if the roof collapses when you jump? You're paralyzed from the waist
What
down.
if video of that goes out, then people look at you differently? What if you hit your spine, you're paralyzed?
You're paralyzed. What if you send that video on your Snapchat, the wrong person sees it, you're going to college, somebody sees that from your college, and that's just an example. Maybe nothing would happen in that example with your college, but I'm not going to name drop. I know somebody that had a really awesome opportunity and lost it because of a video that came out, and people don't think about that enough. I don't think is that there's consequences for your actions, man.
Every action, good action, bad action,
whatever it may be, there's consequences no matter what, and people just don't look at that side of things. Like, I'm trying to think of a good example to use for this. Is like
how people just don't realize what their actions are.
I mean, just not like that, but I'm trying to think of a big name.
Logan Paul.
That's I don't want to be so cliche to use that one, but it's
a good example.
It's a good example.
It's easy to use.
You could even argue Jake. You could argue Shane Dawson. You could argue
KSI. I love KSI. But
you could argue Casey Neistat, for Christ's sake, dude. I guess we'll go with the Logan Paul situation. He was so driven on. He was so focused on wanting to be big. He was so focused on wanting to be. Even Jake. They were both so focused on wanting to be the biggest names in YouTube.
Yeah.
Be the
on Vine, YouTube, whatever platform.
Jake even said he wanted to be the youngest billionaire of all time. And I'm not saying that's a bad thing.
Yeah.
Awesome, you got goals, crazy. But get there safely, man.
Yeah.
Do it smart. Be smart about your choices. Logan Paul going into that forest that day, probably, there was nothing going on in his head. There was no way he was like, we're going to find a dead body in here. We're going to film it. We're going to record it. I'm going to laugh about it. And then I'm going to upload it.
Exactly.
There's no way. He had in mind, we're going to this suicide forest. It's going to be an interesting video just because it's the suicide forest. But he took it that next step.
Yeah.
He saw the dead body, and instead of calling 911 right away, stopping his filming until they got it taken care of. Honestly, I might get shit for saying this, but if Logan was to go into that forest that day, find the body, stop recording, call 911 until they took the body, then recorded
and then give
talked about it.
A serious then talk about
what they found.
And you know how he tried to come back? He tried to
he donated
talked about suicide.
He donated a shit ton of money. Yeah.
They skipped the whole thing where he's recording the guy. He enters walking in, then the video cuts. He talks about what happened in between, and then he just talks about
if you are.
That could have been
it would have been so much better if he was they found the body, stop filming, or they stop filming whenever they see the body, or even if they don't stop filming, cut the video.
Yeah, cut the video.
Cut the video, and then let whatever happens happen.
And then you message about
hey, this is what happened. We found a body. Obviously, we're not going to show it. that's a person. Like,
And then give like a message.
if you were feeling suicidal, if you were depressed, here's the number, and because of this,
That could have been like.
that would have been so awesome for Logan Paul, man. He would have got that fame just for that.
Well, he got the fame no matter what, but he would have got the fame in a
In a
positive
way better
sense.
way.
In a positive
Yeah,
sense.
because you look at it as in all publicity is good publicity.
Yeah.
But you look at Logan Paul and even Jake Paul from his mistakes. Logan didn't think about it. Logan probably lost a lot. I mean, in the mind of Jake Paul, Shane Dawson's series, Jake lost a lot, and he didn't even have a part of it.
Mm-hmm. He
That's
lost
what-
a lot from it.
Jake lost brand deals because of what Logan did. So, in that sense, I wish people... I mean, I know they're only slightly older than I am, 3 years older than I am, but if we all just took some time to think about what we're doing in that time, man, we wouldn't have lost our friends, our family.
Yeah.
Like, people just don't think. So, like...
They just act. They just act out of impulse. And
Yeah,
stuff.
people just act out. Not even everybody does it. It's like, I don't mean to be insensitive, but like, Paul Walker. That wasn't Paul Walker's fault.
Yeah.
His driver was driving too fast.
Mm-hmm.
His driver was the who crashed into the tree or the pole. I don't remember, whatever it was. And it's like, had he... I'm not saying it should have happened because it shouldn't have.
Yeah.
But... And I'm not blaming the driver either because something could have happened that we don't know about. But ultimately, the way I see it, if that driver had just slowed down... You know that turn can be crazy. They've driven down that road before. They looked into it. Why would you go that fast if you know it can be dangerous?
Mm-hmm.
I lost somebody my freshman or sophomore year that was in my sister's grade because he decided to go too fast on a dirt road passing one of his friends. Or at least, maybe that's not what happened. That's what I heard. And dude, that kid was fucking awesome.
Really?
He was really cool.
Like, you just made one dumb mistake.
It was just a dumb mistake, and that's my point. One dumb mistake can kill you, man.
Yeah.
I read a story the other day about this guy. These three friends got in this Uber car, and the Uber driver let a guy surf on top of the car. The kid fell off, hit his head, and died. Now, I mean, he lived after the initial hit, but he died from brain damage.
Yeah.
Man, you would think these three friends would be smart enough to
Or the
know
Uber
that,
driver that's
or
technically
the
in
adult
charge.
driver. You would think that they would know. They would know better, not to get on top of a moving vehicle.
Mm-hmm.
Just think, man. There's nothing wrong with wanting to be famous. There's nothing wrong with wanting to be rich. There's nothing wrong with wanting to go for your goals, man. Just do it safely.
Yeah,
That's my point. That's where I...
Too many people just try to risk. They think, oh, it's just me.
I mean, I'm not gonna...
And like, teams our age, we think we're invincible.
I'm not going to say I haven't made dumb choices in my life
Everyone
because
has.
I'm 19 years old, man. I'm still going to make dumb choices. At the time, I'm not going to know that there were dumb choices. But in the future, I'm going to see, man, why did I do that? Why would I even thought that was smart?
Yeah.
It sucks, and it happens. But
Well,
that
kind of dumb.
there's certain things that should not happen. People losing their lives or being permanently hurt should not happen when it can be controlled.
Like, and like, obviously, you got people, like, teenagers are gonna do dumb stuff. Like, they're gonna drink, they're gonna, like, do drugs and all that stuff. But, like, if you know there's a high probability of death.
Something's gonna go wrong.
Especially
Something could
if-
go wrong.
I mean, obviously, there's so many things that can kill you. But, like, going too fast on a curve, yeah, that can probably kill you. Why would you do that? Freaking, yeah, jumping off a roof trying to land into a pool that's like 20 feet. That's not the pool, but like jumping across buildings and stuff. You don't jump far enough. You miss kick off. You slip. Stuff like that. Like, if it's not
you can't control the fucking grass being wet during a football game. Your cleat catches the grass wrong and you slip.
Yeah.
That's not, and you hurt yourself. That's not something you can control. But when there's, going back to the Uber thing, when there's four adults, they were, I don't know how old they were, 16, 17, 18, whatever they were. I mean, I knew better when I was 15 years old not to jump on top of a moving fucking vehicle. What? Why? Yeah, awesome. You wanted to upload it to go viral. You just killed your fucking friend.
Yeah.
Man. Think. Just be smart. Just be smarter. It's those times you don't think something's gonna happen is when something happens. I mean, I don't want to tell anybody how to live their life. You want to drink. You want to do drugs, do drugs. You want to fucking car surf, man. But you're gonna regret that shit.
Yes.
I guarantee you, at some point, it's gonna come back on you. I can't. Again, I'm not trying to tell anybody how to live because I do things in my life, my own personal life, other people probably think is dumb. But like,
And same for me.
I'm not.
It's all.
I personally am not putting anybody else in danger.
Yeah.
But with this shit that with what I do in my own life,
But you also got.
I know that sounds super sketchy. But I'm not doing anything like crazy, but like, I'll vape sometimes, smoke some cigarettes here and there. Like, I'm an adult. I'm 19 years old. I can smoke cigarettes and vape if I want to.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, that puts that responsibility on me, because in that small chance that a vape explodes in my face because there's a faulty battery, or I get lung cancer from smoking cigarettes, even if I don't smoke them all the time, I'm an adult. I can make that choice. Mm-hmm. And ultimately, that is my choice to make. But at the same time, if your choice is putting somebody else in danger, think about it. Just
and
5 seconds, man. Just think.
But even if you're doing something that can physically put yourself in danger, you should still think, because
I mean,
even though
that's
it's
not
your
what
life,
I'm saying.
I know. I'm just like saying with the obvious stuff. Like, if it's like, yeah, you could definitely fucking get hurt. Like smoking cigars and cigarettes and like vaping. That's like just like what people do. But like if you're doing something like the surfing, trying to jump on a car while it's moving and stuff, or just doing stuff to. Like, there's people that even do dangerous things just to be a part with their friend group. Just think about, maybe you're at this place where you don't care about yourself. Like, everything for you just feels like you've gone to shit. I guarantee there's somebody who gives a shit about you, and they would get to the point that you are now if something were to happen to you. I guarantee everyone has, I guarantee at least one person.
I'm not saying, like, I make these choices for myself. I'm an adult. I can make those choices. But, like, even then, stemming off of whether I get lung cancer from smoking or not, and I die, that doesn't mean that shit just goes away.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean everything I've done in my life just goes away.
Like he's
if I'm in debt, I'm not in debt, but if I was in debt, where does that go? Straight to my family, man. I mean, for example, let's see. I mean, I don't even want, like, Chester Bennington. So, he killed himself, obviously, but that pain is still there. It's just not in him anymore. It's in his family, his kids, his wife, his bandmates. And I am not at all
like
condoning.
He influenced everyone's life.
I'm not like.
Yeah.
I mean, I have a fucking Linkin Park tattoo. I love Linkin Park. I love Chester.
It's a Chester Bennington memorial.
Chester was a huge inspiration to me, and I'm not at all condoning what he did, because ultimately, you shouldn't.
Yeah.
If you ever get that low, please, get a hold of somebody, talk to somebody, because like he said, there's one person, even if it's just one person, somebody will talk to you. Somebody out there cares. But, like, you feel that way, something happens, you do it. That goes to your kids, your family, whoever it may be.
It technically
just because
makes it easier on you.
Just because it's easier for you, just because it. And I deal with that shit. I deal with a lot, but like, I can also see the same side of it as where, man, if something was to ever happen, like, that's just putting it on somebody else.
Yeah.
That's basically like saying, it's like when you find something broken in your house, and you leave it.
Then you wait until
somebody else finds it. It's like the same thing.
And it's their
it's their responsibility. Okay, you got off easy when you very well could have done something. And that's all I'm saying is just think.
Yeah.
Think about your choices.
Yeah, I
Just
definitely agree
take
with that.
five extra seconds and think about what you're doing.
That's why we have brains to not only.
They're not just chilling in here. Like, you can use them. Don't
You can
worry
use
about it.
them.
It's not gonna hurt you.
They're here to help us survive. They're here to help make sure that our body function and helps us. Ultimately, everything in your body is there to help you keep you alive. Use them. Your gut's telling you don't do it. Probably shouldn't fucking do it.
You probably should not do it.
Your body's literally shaking.
Listen
do
to
something.
your body, man. Your brain is trying to tell you something.
It's like, don't be fucking dumb.
For real. It's like I went to the lake over the summer. I went to South Haven.
Mhm.
There's a pier, and they tell you not to jump off the pier because the undertow, they're really strong out there because it's Lake Michigan, if I'm not mistaken. And the undertow is so strong, people drown out there every year. I'm pretty sure.
Shit.
And it sucks. Yeah. It comes down to not thinking about those consequences. And this is also stemming off of I do dumb shit all the time. We all jumped off the pier that day. Every single one of us jumped off the pier. And in my mind, I thought about it. I did think about it, and I'm not lying when I say that. I think about, man, he jumps in there, and he goes under, and then he doesn't come back up. What the fuck am I supposed to do? And it's hard to talk about with your friends because they're gonna be like, dude, you're so fucking lame.
Exactly.
You're lame. Stop talking.
Because
like
everyone
that.
likes to not. Everyone,
Oh, you're being safe. You care about stuff.
you fucking pussy.
That's so lame, man. It's not.
It's like, what
It's
are you,
not
a
lame.
grandma?
It's not lame to care about stuff. It's not lame to
care about people, to care about yourself.
to care about your friends, to care about your family, to just not want something bad to happen. Ultimately, it comes down to just thinking, man. Just take 5-10 seconds. Just think about the consequences of what you're doing.
Do you ever just think back and be like, why the fuck did I do that? Or did it not
I
bother
got a
you?
broken tailbone forever now, dude. I gotta think about that every damn day of my life. Man, why did I go snowboarding that day in 7th grade? If I wouldn't have hopped on that snowboard, dude, I would not have any issues with my tailbone right now. But I did, and I didn't think, not in my mind was there ever a second where I thought, man, I'm gonna crash this thing, and I'm gonna hurt myself forever. Not once did in my mind was I like, man, I'm gonna break a bone here. I never thought about that. Even I broke I broke 4 bones in my foot. The only one that was really my fault was the tailbone.
Yeah, because
Everything else was pretty much out of my control. My arm, I was 3 years old and I fell out of a camper onto the cement. My foot, or I guess I'll go in order. My nose, my sister kicked me right in the fucking the 4 bones in my foot, somebody stepped on with track cleats and on the football field. Like, the only one that I will ever take blame for is the one on my tailbone. The rest of like my pinky in 6th grade, somebody threw a basketball at me, caught me wrong, broke down here. Somebody threw it again, jammed it in, broke it in another spot. There was nothing I could have done. Man, I went to catch a ball. I broke my finger.
I should have just let it go.
I should have let, for real, exactly. It just comes to show you that these little tiny choices, the butterfly effect. Little tiny choices can have big outcomes that you never see coming.
Dude, like, and the thing is, it's terrible. I realize, like, for parents, it must be terrifying because they have kids. Because kids, when they're younger, they're experimenting. They're figuring out what would happen if I do this. They don't have experience on the reasoning. They shouldn't do that.
Before you get too far, I want to, there's a quote, I don't know the full quote, but it's from The Ranch on Netflix. Ashton Kutcher's character becomes a dad, or is about to become a dad, and he's freaking out about something, and I think it's his mom. His mom is like, you're going to spend your entire life this way now, and fear that, well, I also, like, the brother on the show, spoiler alert if you haven't watched part 6 of The Ranch yet, Hyde's or Danny Masterson's character gets killed off basically.
Yeah,
Because of what happened back in the day, and I'm not going to talk about that. But in the show, his mom, his name is Colt. Ashton Kutcher's character, his name is Colt. His mom is like, Colt, you're gonna spend the rest of your fucking life in fear. You're gonna be in fear of everything that goes to happen to that kid. You send that kid to school on her first day, you're gonna be scared because at school there's nothing you can do. Something could happen.
Mm-hmm.
You're out of that control. You're scared. They go out with their friends somewhere, and they lie to you about something. They tell you they're going somewhere else, something happens, or I think she gives one more example, but she's like, you gotta live in fear to make the right choices.
Mm-hmm.
And especially for what you're talking about for your kids, you're always gonna be in that fear.
Yeah.
I just recently watched it, so it kind of fits. But like, it also, I think it also stems to what we were just talking about.
Yeah, no, that does. Especially because, like, obviously you see them grow up through the ages. Like when they're a kid, it's they're like they're trying to experiment. They're trying to see what the world's like. They don't know what will happen if they do certain things. I was bringing back like how like Nick was saying none of his broken bones were my fault. I was gonna counter that with saying, well, all of mine were my fault because when I was like 3, they have like I climbed over a baby gate.
I was there for that.
Yeah, Nick was there for that, and obviously you're there so the babies don't get out of the room. I climbed it, landed straight on my forearm. I broke it. Obviously, I didn't learn.
But I could also I'm not trying to counter that, but like an argument I could use is you were so young.
Okay, I know. That's what that's what I'm saying. Like that's why I said the parents had fear.
Yeah.
Because the kids don't have that. They don't have
the ability to think about it.
Because they're experimenting. They're trying to figure out.
They're learning how to live, man. They gotta learn everything.
What happens if I throw this? It won't. It's over there now. It doesn't get here. Like I was like, what if I climb over this? Get over. Bang! Broke my arm.
You broke your arm.
Did that? I did the same thing a year later with a dresser. Felt boom, broke my arm. And literally, we were talking about how you wouldn't know stuff would happen. Like, I remember there was a soccer game. My coach was like, everyone just stop dribbling as much because I don't want anyone to get hurt. I don't want people to the other team to get mad and tackle us hard, and have us get hurt. Because obviously, because like we're doing a great job keeping the ball from them. The longer we have the ball, the more time it gives them to try to tackle us. And I had the ball. I was just dribbling because when I played soccer, I just loved dribbling. I love being the star. I love showing off, dude. Then someone hits me from behind. I fall. The ball's moving. My arm's moving. My arm lands straight on the ball. My whole like shoulder like does this weird like pop out of place, pop back in place, and then like my shoulder was like just dead. Like my arm hurts so bad. Ever since then, I've had shoulder issues. Like my shoulder, like it hurts especially when I go like that. It hurts. Like if sometimes I lift heavy weights, I lift like that, my shoulder starts to hurt. Like I have like shoulder pain and stuff now. And just because like I didn't think like me dribbling, even though my coach told us not to, me dribbling.
You didn't think at the time that you were gonna fuck up your shoulder for a long period of time. How would you come to that?
I would be like, yeah, I'm playing soccer. How would I fuck up my shoulder so bad?
But like
that it would just like
they're just like
an issue.
You gotta look at your coaches and stuff. Also as a parent figure too, like I would hope that your coach is looking out for the best for you. I'm not saying. I'm sure there's probably fucking terrible coaches that are just doing it because
for money.
Yeah, doing it for whatever. Like I'm sure there's people out there, coaches that are just play. Don't give a fuck. I think, but you got for an athlete, you almost have to trust your coach as a parent figure
to make the right decisions.
You gotta trust them to know. Stop dribbling. Or you're gonna fuck something up. You're gonna get hurt.
Mm-hmm.
You were like, nah.
That's not gonna happen.
I'm not gonna get hurt. How would I get hurt from this? It happened. You got hurt.
And it was just like a thing. It's like, yeah, he says he's not dribble. It's like, oh, it's just because he wants us to move the ball. He doesn't want anyone to hold on to it. It makes sense. Like, that he doesn't want like someone because the other team are getting mad because we were winning. So then they're gonna be more aggressive. They're gonna attack us harder.
They're gonna make dumb plays.
Right. Like, that happens all the time. But then, like, I never... It's one of those things, like, how would me dribbling hurt my shoulder?
Exactly.
And then it was just...
You're barely even using your arm. Why would it hurt?
Yeah, I play
Exactly.
soccer.
You don't
I'm a
think
foot
about
fairy.
it, man. And that's ultimately... That's...
Yeah.
Well, that's my point. Is just... Think about your...
Yeah,
Think about your actions.
Use your brain. God, it's not that hard. Well, okay, there's something. This does not be a long conversation, but you helped me with like a BuzzFeed quiz today.
Yeah.
It was like, how much do you know The Office? It was a hard one, and like the thing is, like there were questions I didn't know because I know now, even though I haven't watched the seasons. Like Dwight ends up being the final regional manager. I had no fucking idea. He does now. But there was one, it said, what does Robert California refer to himself as? I was looking,
Lizard King.
yes, that was the last one. I was like, what the hell? I've never heard him say anything. And I looked at this. I saw Lizard King, but I said the F word. I'm like, fuck. And then in my head, I'm like, dude. I was like, I hear Nick say this all the fucking time. Like you said, I'm the fucking Lizard King. And then I remember you're like, I was like, wait a fucking minute. And Nick said he really liked Robert California's character. I was like, dude. Clicked it. I got so excited, dude. I was so
Have you gotten to
excited.
that episode yet?
No. I love that. I like his character too.
He's funny, dude.
He's
like,
funny. He seems like a real person, like a person that actually, like he does want the best for them. Like he's nice, and like he's not a guy you can really hate. He's just complex.
I think
He's funny. He is funny.
I just like him because he's funny. Like I don't look at him as like.
I
just look at him as another character.
I kind of analyze the characters. Like I'll look my batteries. I'm gonna say we gotta finish this up. But
let's run it
yeah,
and finish.
I like Michael Scott, but like sometimes he's just so selfish and such a baby. Sometimes it's like, bro, come on. But he was hilarious.
Exactly.
He was hilarious. But like when it got to this point where I'm like thinking of the characters' lives, like I wasn't thinking of the show. I was thinking of the people. And then say, why the fuck would you do that? But I love Office. You should people should go check
The
it out.
Office. I don't think it's recording
Is it really not?
because I'm frozen.
Oh shit! No, I guess we're done.
Well, I don't even. Did that just pop up?
Yeah. Well, it's still recording though. Close. It's so. Oh sweet. So maybe it hurt us. Well, I guess we're just ending now. Well, thanks for watching. Probably nobody did, but I actually had fun talking to Nick here. We had a long conversation. It's like almost 90 minutes. It's almost been an hour and a half, dude. It's crazy when you just like have
Just start talking.
when you just start talking, you just have a thought. So, you need less water.
If you would have just showed me up there, I'd been so mad. Fuck.
Okay, we have to. Yes, now we can end it.
You don't want no smoke?
Dude, that would have been dope. Well, hope everyone takes care of themselves, enjoy their day, be badasses, because I don't settle for anything less. Nick doesn't settle for anything
Don't
less
be
either.
gay. I'm just kidding. You can be gay.
You're gay. Boom, roasted.
Oscar, you're gay. Boom, roasted. Pam, you failed art school. Boom, roasted.
Next
Meredith, you banged so many guys, you're starting to look like one. Boom, roasted. Dude, Jim, you got an awkward body like Gumby. Boom, roasted.
Dude, next time we do something like this, we just gotta, whenever we can, bring Office and Parks and Rec and just any quotes into it. But see you guys later. Thanks for watching. Probably not, but
have a good one.
peace. Check out Nick's music.
Your boy Nick in the description below.
Oh.
Check it out.
How the fuck did I stop this? I think I just exit out.